Hey, we're in sort of my bathroom, which is why it's like all kind of weirdly colored, but in my normal life, not in YouTube, I get a lot of questions about my haircut and like, right now it really needs cut badly. It's really, I mean, this is this is the longest it's been in probably a good year or more. So I need a haircut. And I'd say about 3 years ago, I stopped getting my hair cut professionally. I have probably 3 or 4 times over that period of time, like actually gone somewhere and got my hair cut, but I don't really do it that much. And so I always feel kind of awkward when people ask me about like, oh, you know, like your hair's so cute, where do you go to get cut? And I was like, I cut it at home. I do it myself. I use clippers for most of it, and people are always like really surprised by that. So I thought that I would go ahead and do a little video, just my haircut video. So I'm gonna try and find somewhere good to put the camera. Right now I'm like kneeling, which I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Let me see if I can find somewhere where I can stand up. Alright, so hopefully for this I'll be mostly in frame, but I just wanted to show you, this is the clippers that I use. They're from Conair. Pretty inexpensive. I don't know, Dirk had these before we met, so I started using them when Dirk and I got together, and before that I was just using like regular hair cutting scissors. And so what I do is I push the blade, you know, it can go like, there's this little lever that adjusts the blade, so I push it all the way forward to its longest point, and then I use a number 6. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Probably not, but the guards are numbered at like a, you know, a standard, and this is a number 6 guard. So I use it, I start with it on its longest and then kind of decide if I want it to go shorter or not. And I usually start on the back of my head. So let me just plug it in. And I think you can see the back. So I never see the back, so this is kind of gonna be fun for me when I watch it. I never see the back of my head, so. And you may be able to notice, to tell from watching, I don't know, because like I said, I don't really ever see the back, is when I go up, I start with it real flush against my head, until I start to get towards the crown, and then I kind of lift the clippers like this. I prefer it to be slightly longer on top than on the back and the side, so that just helps give that, you know, and then I'll do the top and the front and stuff separately, so. Alright, so at this stage I've pretty much trimmed the back, and then I usually grab a handheld mirror and just check it. Woo! So let me grab one. Alright, so I just look in the mirror, make sure it's like relatively even. So that's the difference. This one's been done and this one hasn't. And I usually start around my ear. Alright, so once I'm happy with the shape and everything, I usually go in with just two pairs of scissors, and I will grab those and show you. So I have just a regular pair of hair scissors and then a pair of thinning shears. So with the regular scissors, let me switch the camera around so you have a prayer of seeing. Woo! Alright, so once I'm happy with the shape and everything, I usually go in with just two pairs of scissors, and I will grab those and show you. So I have just a regular pair of hair scissors and then a pair of thinning shears. So with the regular scissors, let me switch the camera around so you have a prayer of seeing. The camera's like balanced on my like my towel rod. So with the regular scissors, I usually just go in and see if there's anything that's like a lot longer than the rest, and I kind of grab the hair in the scissors and like pull upward so it's not just like a straight stupid line across. And then also with just the regular scissors, I will clean up around my face. So you can see like none of this is even. So I'll just comb it in towards my face because that's the way I usually wear it. And I take the scissors pointing back towards my head. I just do little strokes. And then around my ear, I just cut diagonally up. And then do the kind of upward strokes right there. So then the other side is actually a lot more even, but it's a little bit longer. So I just want to take some of the length off. And then I cut out my ears. So I comb everything down over my ear, and you can see how there's like little wispies that are coming down across my ear. I prefer not to have those, so I just cut right around my ear like that. And then I do the other side. This side's gonna be hard for me to do while you can see. So let me do that one and I'll be right back. So when I'm done around my ears, I usually just kind of check over the front and make sure I like it and everything. And then I'll take the thinning shears, which are these guys. And they basically like, let me show you on a chunk of hair that got cut off. So like here's some hair we just cut off. When you cut, it only actually slices half the hairs. Well, let me show you one more time. Okay, so here's what your hair would look like. And then you cut it with the thinning shears. And you remove only about half. So you can see in this piece, it's much thicker down at the bottom where we cut than at the top. And I usually just go a couple of times through the real thick part up at the top here. And so then I take a shower and rinse out all the bits because of course, you know, I don't wear I just wear a tank top, and so, you know, like you can see all the yucky hair bits on me. So I take a shower, wash everything out. I usually wash my hair twice after cutting it, just because you get like all the little teeny flecks of hair just like everywhere. So I usually wash it twice and then double check it after the shower. But let me show you what came off. So I'll put my clippers away. They go in this guy. And this is what my sink looks like. So I tried not to flush or rinse any of the hair down the drain, because obviously, you know, that's kind of gross, but I just throw it all away, and then that's it. And then I've cut my hair and I'm ready for the day. Alright, so I just wanted to show you the finished haircut. This is what it looks like. Let me see if I can show you behind. Here's the back. So sometimes, probably most of the time, I leave it like this, just kind of flat on top. Sometimes I'll spike it a little bit. Sometimes I wake up and it's doing that, so I just leave it. I don't have a lot of styling products because I don't have a lot of hair and I just don't feel like I use them or need them all that much. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to share and let you know how it turned out. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.